pull a couple strings, send some emails, have some great correspondence. We got Coach Jess from the Jacksonville Wave in the building today, and I can't wait to get to it. Uncle Scott, I know you're excited as a coach. Bobby G, I know you're excited from last week when we was getting ready. Y'all ready to rock out?
Hey, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, y'all. So that's the signal. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and go.
This is Rec Room Sports. Olympians carrying the torch, going where they don't go. We ain't lost. From the optics to the topics, we got this with synopsis. Think outside the boxes like Jay on the mic or your boy K Witt. Joe is my coach, T Sweat on the mix. All sports, even if you catch fish like Nate Diaz catches fists. You need to catch this episode, it's a can't miss. We go live and you should subscribe and X's and O's. We made our plan, yo.
Presidents to represent me. That's right. It's your boy K Witch, Mama's #1 draft pick, and we are live from the Anna John Levine Studios. It's ESPN 690 presenting the Rec Room Sport Show. Now, of course, y'all know me, man. I get excited about a lot of things, but this is one I'm truly excited about. So I can't be by myself today. I got my guy fresh out of the nursing home, tapioca in his hand, one time for Uncle Scott Cole. Uncle Scott was good.
Everything's going well so far today. So, except my voice, of course.
Of course.
Everything's great. I'm looking forward to Coach Jess today.
Most definitely. We're going to get to that. And, of course, y'all know what it is. Cleveland's home, but Las Vegas is home. My guy, Bobby G. Bobby G, what's good with you, bro?
Don't talk to me about no 22-point leads. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about no Knicks. I don't want to hear nothing about Jalen Brunson or James Harden. We're going to win game 2 tonight, tie it up, and come back to the land and take control of the series.
We're going to hit them. Yeah, Bobby has spoken.
We're going to definitely get playoff segment's gone. It's all
we got to do something. The East and the Western Conference Finals games are in the end of the first hour and the beginning of the second hour. But, of course, today, y'all know how we do. Top of the show, we got to do some headlines, family. So let's go ahead and do it. Now, last week, somehow, some way, we got nothing but I would consider or some of the best mixed martial arts, boxing, just all kinds of stuff happened last weekend. So we got to go ahead and cover that. Out of nowhere, UFC puts on a good fight card May 16th on Paramount, where Arnold Allen and Marquez de Costa basically faced off. And what a good fight. Went to the final rounds. All 5 rounds were great. Arnold Allen won in unanimous decision. But then, that's not it. Boxing. That's right. Keyshawn Davis was at the top of that card with Nahir Albright. He won all 12 rounds by unanimous decision. But the talk of the weekend was Netflix and MVP. And the money man, y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows. Everybody's favorite evil brother, okay, somehow figured out a way to put on an MMA card. That's right. Ronda Rousey facing off on Gina Carano, but that wasn't really it. Some of the main parts that we were looking forward to as MMA fans involved Mike Perry and Nate Diaz and Francis Ngannou and Felipe Lins. Now, I know. We haven't seen Francis Ngannou in about 2.5 years, but when it comes to the top of the heavyweight division, when it comes to MMA, we really got to talk about him and only one other person. And y'all know, when it comes to me, in UFC, we got to be talking about John Jones. The entire time, it was on the tip of our tongues. Everybody wanted to go, hey, John, what are you going to do? What's going to happen? But, of course, we had to think about Mike Perry and Nate Diaz bleeding all over the ring. Everybody who watches UFC knows if it's a Nate Diaz fight, somehow, some way, a cut's going to open above his eye, and then bam. It's this the Crimson Mask, as they call it, for the rest of the show. So, but they went ahead and got a corner stoppage. Mike Perry went ahead and ended that fight, got a big check. And Nate Diaz, just his normal self. After the fight, doing what he does, smoking in the presser, going, hey, I do it again. And then the fight of the night, the main event, Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, who somehow they convinced to come out of retirement after fighting back in 2009. I don't know what she was doing in 2009, but they convinced her after almost 17 years to come back and fight Ronda Rousey of all people. Yeah, man, that fight ended in 17 seconds. I don't know if y'all ever did something for 17 seconds, but that one, okay, for a couple million, all right, you take that butt whooping on camera, everybody sees it. I think it's all right. So here goes the card, right? 2.2 million, right? For the winner by armbar, 17 seconds goes to Ronda Rousey. And that's not it. Gina Carano, 1.05 million for losing. Francis Ngannou, 1.5 million for winning. Nate Diaz, 500,000 for losing. And then Mike Perry, of course, gets a bonus as well. MMA is just kicking out that bread. I need somebody to get me into a Brazilian jiu-jitsu class, a Muay Thai class, or something, because this is where the money at is apparently. Bobby G, you and I were texting during the event as we got a chance to witness what was going on that night. What was your thoughts on not just that event, but the overall card in general?
Nate Diaz just needs to stop. It's over with. I mean, bruh's looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. He was slow. Like he just looked like he did it for the check. But I mean, overall, people can hate all they want on Jake Paul. They can dislike him all they want. But what he's doing for combat sports, giving them another avenue to earn money, just showing them it's not too late. What he's done for women's boxing over the last few years, it's just great. Giving them again another avenue, just somewhere else to go, man. He's trying to make the fights people want to see happen, and you can't blame a guy for that. Really, if everybody's really about the business, it would be a good thing for him and Dana to sit down and have a conversation and just get some real business done.
I completely agree with you. It's more so the thing that took place after the Francis Ngannou fight. The incumbent, or the guy that we love to talk to when it happens, or when these types of event happen, is Ariel Helwani. Ariel Helwani stood in the ring, asked 20,000 questions to everyone. I think it was more so to fill up time in the middle of what was going on, because this was their first production, and they probably had and the fights ended quickly, so they were like, Ariel, keep going, ask another question. Ariel asked the $1 million question: would you, Francis Ngannou, like to face John Jones? And Francis pretty much said it. I'll fight him. It doesn't matter. He's the greatest, but I'm the Predator. That's what he likes to call himself. And, we'll get it on. But, of course, John Jones, being a part of the production himself, let everybody know. Right now, he is under contract for UFC. And I think, and Bobby, I told you this, making that type of announcement live on Netflix is a signal to the lawyers, to everyone involved, and to Dana White. Hey, we need to do something about this. And literally the biggest fight that you could put on anytime soon would definitely be John Jones versus Francis Ngannou. And somehow, some way, it's one of those things that probably will never happen, because Dana White is so what's a good word? He's such a stickler for making sure that people stick to what they do. He definitely took the opportunity to ruin any of the fire that they were trying to build at MVP by announcing a huge fight for another UFC card down the line, and pretty much saying Max Holloway versus one of the most influential, viral fighters ever, Conor McGregor, will take place. That's right, Conor McGregor, Max Holloway 2 will take place. They don't have a date set for it yet. I wish they would put it on for the UFC White House card, but I don't think that's going to be.
I thought I saw July 11th for that fight.
July 11th?
That's what I thought I saw. July 11th for McGregor Holloway.
Okay, so even that's close. You know, that's real close. A couple months away for a big announcement like that. Dana said, let me take all the fire, because if you were maybe watching it on 2 different TVs, you got an opportunity to watch Francis come out, but then hear that news. Oh man, it puts water on everybody. Uncle Scott, did you get a chance to hear or get to see some information from the fights over the weekend?
Well, first of all, I'd love to make $1.05 million in 17 seconds. That'd be phenomenal. That's the first thing. I'd take the armbar too for that. Yeah. I think Jake Paul just wanted to put as many big names as he could on this card to drum up. This was the first. I think it was on Netflix, right? It was the first Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah.
MMA/fight event like this, combat event like this. So I think what Jake Paul did was go to Ronda Rousey and say, "Hey, listen, I'm running this event. I'd love to have you as the headliner." And then Ronda called Gina Carano, and the dominoes fell into effect. Mm-hmm. I think Jake Paul did an outstanding job with this stuff. A lot of buzz, a lot of big names. John Jones and Francis Ngannou got into it a little bit. Nate Diaz was on it. Ronda Rousey. So I think Jake Paul's got a real future in doing this. And I agree with you, Wood. I think Dana White and him need to come together and figure something out, because the White House event's coming up. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if the full card is set for it, but I'm sure for Donald Trump to allow this to happen, it's going to have to be huge names on this card for it to go. So.
And the thing is, when you look at it, because everybody can look at what's been set for the White House card, it's nothing too spectacular. It's really not. It's missing what would have been Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway, or Francis Ngannou versus anybody. The thing is, we have to realize that other promotions cross-promote all the time. Boxing cross-promotes. The WNBA plays international games. The NFL plays international games. The NBA plays, European teams and Australian teams, Brazilian teams. This is an opportunity for eventually, for them to do it. And the last time they did a cross-promotion with meeting the UFC, that was for Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. And wasn't that a spectacle? Wasn't that a lot of money made by everybody on both sides? So hopefully, we'll get the opportunity to see something just as dope, just as, exciting one of these days, especially if Uncle Dana kind of gets off the high horse.
Very quickly, you guys are into this more than I am. Do you think there's going to be a surprise match announced for the White House? Do you think something will come up?
There's a possibility, but if it is, the names that we would want to see are already involved in fights going forward. So there isn't a big name left to put on that card. If it is a fight, it's somebody not as exciting. It'll be underwhelming.
Yeah, and that card is 3 weeks away, so it's not enough. If there was the leak, it would have leaked already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. So in that order, we got to go ahead and let everybody know, of course, remember, y'all, Rec Room Sports Nation, we are into looking sharp and being fresh. So I got to give a big shout out to Unique Trends and Styles Barbershop out here in Jacksonville. That's right. Somehow, some way, you got to find your way to 266 Blandon Boulevard, Suite 8A in Orange Park. They cut all textures of hair. They got a loctician in the building. So make sure if you got your wicks, you got your locks, you can holler at my girl Sheree. You can get them done right there on the spot. And then somehow, some way, if you call and make an appointment, we got 2 new barbers for you to sit in their chairs and let them hook you up. So big shouts out to D and Unique. One time for Biff the Barber. One time for my guy Josh. One time for Flip. Don't forget, this weekend, Unique Trends and Styles. It's time for the anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. We got to go ahead and get ready for Coach Jess. Coach Jess, what it do? We're going to be bringing it back. We're going to be talking some Jacks Waves basketball in just a minute right here with your boy and them for Rec Room Sports. Hey, Brian, play something for me, bro.
May 23rd, bro, we finna do a UFC tournament. The winner gets $200, bro. Whoever comes, you know what I'm saying? And you get a belt too. Hey, you gotta face a rap with me, Shannon, everybody in the shop. Let's get it.
Yeah, that's right. Time to pay back. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy K with your mama's #1 draft pick. And this is Rec Room Sports Radio right here in the Anna John Levine Studios, man. I got my guys in the building. Bobby G, what it do? Uncle Scott, what's happening? Man, we've been waiting on this for a long time. And I'm excited to bring it to you. That's right. The public was clamoring for this one. Last week, whole sold out game. Couldn't even get in the building, but somehow, some way, I seen the merch wandering around the city, and I was like, man, this was an epic thing. We got to get somebody in the building to talk to us about it. And not only did we get somebody, we got the coach. That's right. One time for your mind, make some noise for head coach of the Jacksonville Waves, Coach Jess. Welcome to the show. Oh, man. So, Coach Jess, you in the building. Welcome to the show. Everybody say hey. You know what I'm saying? Make some noise. All right. So, look, right about now, this is one of those moments where we are going to go ahead and get right into it. So, right now, Coach Jess, the first home game happened. Now we're on ready to go to the first away game. How excited are you to face off in Charlotte right about now? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. We got a little technical issues. We're going to take care of it. Hold on 1 second. We're going to bring it right back in. Say what now, Bobby?
I'm saying you're going to hear the sound effects.
Ah, she doesn't hear the sound effect. Okay, so we got to get this together. Give us one moment while we rectify this situation. Give us 1 second. Now, of course, this is what's going on. So Coach Jess right now is in Charlotte. They're getting ready to face off, and this is the first away game. Now, somehow, some way, we have got Coach Jess in the back. We're going to bring her back up and try to get her to get the sound in just a second. So, of course, Uncle Scott, you've got some background in high school women's athletics. Talk to us about that while we get this together.
So, I mean, I've coached, we all joke, but I've coached for 30 plus years in girls high school basketball. And the one thing that's a little bit different between girls and boys is the girls game is not the above the rim game that you see with the boys. So right. you've got to design plays that could get your players open and into advantages for your team. Right. So it's a lot more in terms of the thinking part of the game more than it is the physical part of the game.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'm sure Coach Jess, as we talk to her, there's a lot of plays that you got to run. You got to run. You got to try to run fast break more so than the boys do at the high school level. And so that's the main thing with me is you got to be able to have your players know what advantages they can take on the court. And spacing is very important in girls high school basketball. So
speaking of spacing, we got some space now. Coach Jess, can you hear me?
I can hear y'all. What's going on, guys? Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Appreciate
of course.
y'all having me on.
Listen, no problem. We face adversity all the time here on the Rec Room Sports Show. So we ready to go. Ain't no thing. You know what I'm saying? I done ran through a screen before. Bobby, you ran through a screen before?
Oh no, I was a point guard, so I had the screen set for me. I ain't running through no screen. What's the matter with you?
I was like, I thought he was setting all the screens, man. I'll take those screens.
And wait, I just coach from the sideline, so I never get run through a screen, even at practice. So
Right. So, Coach Jess, we was just getting into asking you about, of course, the atmosphere of the first two games. Home game already gone. Now you're in Charlotte. What are you thinking about with your first away game and your first home game under your belt?
No. Last weekend was incredible, honestly. When Donna and Taj, they called me, Taj McWilliams Franklin, Donna Orender, the former commissioner of the W and founder of the league, and then Taj McWilliams Franklin, Hall of Famer in her own right, 23-year WNBA vet. When they presented this opportunity, I really didn't know what to expect. They just, it was an opportunity league. It was an opportunity to come here to Jacksonville and build something from the ground up. And I'll tell you, they put on a show. Just from top to bottom, they've been amazing. And that city showed up the other night. It was a great atmosphere. I thought the fans were really invested in it. Our players, I've got 8 of them that came from the WNBA. And for them to just be, oh my gosh, what an experience for them as well. I'm just excited to keep building on it, and I'm sure we're going to see a similar crowd here tonight in Charlotte. But I'll tell them, they ruined our homecoming. We're going to handle business tonight. So.
Hey, that's there we go.
See, I like that type of fire. That's what I'm talking about. Since they messed it up for us at home, we got to do the same thing.
We coming for it.
It's no other way. This is Jacksonville. So check this out, Coach. As we get into, the crux of what's going on with you in this season, how has that transition been from going from, the inception, you getting hired, practice, and now look at you, you're on the road and it's real. It's happening right before you.
It's been, it was crazy because it felt like it was so far away for the longest time, and everybody just kept saying, who are your players? What are you doing? Like, and then all of a sudden it was like, boom, it's here. You got 5 weeks, once the W had their draft, all the things that I was able to do kind of fell into place after that, the little trickle down effect. And I'll tell you, it was off and running. I just joked. I was on the phone with my sister and I was like, I think last night, a quiet, peaceful hotel room was the first night I've slept in 5 weeks, because it's just been, it's been a whirlwind, but in an amazing way. Like I said, from top to bottom, you just don't know what to expect initially as you're building something, but being able to be on the forefront of something that I think will really, is going to be here for a long time. And it's going to change the landscape of women's professional basketball here in the U.S. And I just think that's something amazing to be a part of.
Most definitely. Scott, I think you have one on there, right?
Yeah. So I've coached 30 plus years, as I said, and I coach a lot of Catholic schools up here in Massachusetts. There's a lot of Catholic schools. And then I went to public school and I had to rely on what happened in the past. So in your travels of coaching, because I read on the Jackson Waves website, you've been to a lot of places. Yeah. What is the one or two things that got you ready for this job in Jacksonville?
Great question.
Yeah. I think, honestly, all the people I've been fortunate to work under and for and with, always you take something you like, you don't like, you take a little bit with you from them. So I've had the pleasure of working under some amazing coaches previously. I also think at the forefront of it, though, I always tell everybody, they're like, what type of coach are you? And I always say I'm a player's coach. And, I know a lot of people say that, but I really think it's genuine in who I am. I think the one thing that's unique about this experience for me is I get to go on this ride with 3 of my former players, from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and 1 year ago. Like, to go on this journey with them, and they call it the eras, is something really special. So being able to take them with me, and then just being able to take all the experiences that you go through over 20 years of collegiate coaching.
Right.
You know, you take what you like, what you don't like, and you get to mold that into your own and your own identity out there. And I think that's what I've done. And I'm really proud of that.
For sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, Coach, you're in a very unique situation. This is your inaugural season of the league, the inaugural season for the team.
Yep.
You're not following anybody. You have a chance to set the standard, set the culture for not only the current waves, but waves teams of the future. What approach or what mindset did you use to kind of set the tone for the team going for not only now, but going forward?
Yeah. So, you know, I talked about my 3 former players, but what a lot of people don't know, like, you know, I started building this team and this roster really once I first got announced as a hire back in September. Everybody but one player I had on my initial list.
Nice.
And I think that's pretty amazing to know that they were all players that I had some sort of direct tie to. And I knew that, yes, they all could play basketball. There's a million players out there that can play basketball at this level. Maybe not a million because it is an elite level, but you know, there's a lot of people that want this type of opportunity. But for me, it was about having elite level basketball players, but elite humans. And I think that's what I've got at the end of it all. I have even better people. And I say I do like a 360 recruiting. I get to know everything about them. And, you know, for me, I was fortunate that, like I said, I knew most of the players to some extent. And now getting to build this with them, they're players that are hungry, that got a little chip on their shoulder. You know, I said I want some dogs, you know, and they're going to go out there and fight for me every day. They're going to fight for the city of Jacksonville. They want to represent Jacksonville. And I think that's just unique. And, you know, they joke that they want a statue at the end of the day out there in front because they're going to be the founders of this, you know? So, but they're just, you know, there's potholes everywhere building something new. And they're like, oh, okay. You know, and it's nothing that the fans see. And I think that's really a cool part that these players are all invested like that.
Nice.
Yeah, extremely. Like I definitely get it. Laying the foundation is something that is going to base for something that's going to be here for a long time. And earlier today, I got an opportunity to check out the Jax IG. That's right there, Instagram. Make sure you go follow them at Jax Waves Upshot on Instagram. So we see a name that should be known to the people here in Jacksonville, right?
Yes.
As you got an opportunity to lead her and the rest of the ladies into their first game, you know, and of course we're talking about Radia Davis. Everybody knows. What was the vibes like when they announced her name and then she came out and then, you know, of course everybody got to see her hoop?
Yeah. I mean, is there really even words for it? You know, like what a blessing and an opportunity for her. She was one of the first people that hit me up when I got hired. She's somebody I've known for a long time. You know, she's somebody that's had opportunities all over this world at every level. She was a number 9 draft pick back in 21. And for her to get home, to be able to play at her crib in front of her family and friends, and to set a standard and be a role model for so many young children out there, men or boys and girls, I think that's just what an experience that she gets to have. The crowd was just amazing. They, you know, obviously we waited. We had her announced last. I was like, I got to come in after this. Like, go ahead, Marie, you take it all, you know? You take all the spotlight. And then, you know, we set it up for her to score the first basket and she executed. And I think that's a memory she'll always cherish. I know it's one I'll always cherish. And hopefully we can just keep building on that momentum.
That's what's up. Uncle Scott, go ahead and get one.
So in Massachusetts, we have 2 weeks between the last day of tryouts and the first game. So 5 weeks I would kill for, number one. Number two, how quickly did it take for your players to get your system down?
Oh my goodness.
Offense,
so it's kind of crazy, right? But we technically had 3 weeks, but not really. It was like 2.5 weeks. But then 2 of my players came in last Tuesday, and that was Renaya Davis and Adu Bogak. So you're talking, they come in on Tuesday, you're playing on Friday. It's
Right.
it's kind of like, I'm a Sixers fan. I'm from Philly, so it's kind of like throwing Embiid back in the lineup, and you're like, hold on, we've been rolling without him. So I think the players, again, I'm fortunate. I have elite level players that have extremely high basketball IQ. So I think they began to pick up the offense and the system pretty quickly, but they were still learning the chemistry within one another. And I think we saw some of that last week, just at times, that it was so new. You're putting out a product there that's only really played together for 2 days, and that's your opening night. But I think having this week to really mesh everybody, get roles and responsibilities and things down has been tremendous. So, it's got to be quick. That's the nature of the business we're in. Like I said, I'm fortunate. I got hella high IQ players, and we just roll with it.
Nice. All right, now, Coach, they say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and I'm about to squeak. I'm born and raised Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
Ohio. You have a player on your roster. Cheyenne Sellers. Warrensville Heights, Ohio. I need that autographed jersey. I need that autographed jersey for my collection.
We might be able to make that happen.
Let's go,
I'm just glad you didn't go into the Akron, Ohio guy over there. I was like, all right.
Oh, no.
Cheyenne, absolutely. No. Philly, that's why I thought you were going to go there.
I need that Cheyenne Sellers. I actually know her dad.
Okay, yeah, awesome. We'll be able to make that happen. We'll make something happen for sure.
You're now my favorite coach. Let's go.
That's what I like to hear. I've been aiming for that.
Yeah, speaking of favorite coaches, so as you get into the fabric of Jacksonville, we got Coach Gibson over the Sharks. We got David Carpenter over the Jumbo Shrimp. Everybody knows Liam Cohen last year with the famous Duval. Everybody knows. So, as you put your name and the stamp in the city of Jacksonville, what are some of the things that we should know about you just as a person? Because everybody's getting to know you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, again, I want to be out in the community just like everybody else. I've been fortunate. I've been at, the Jags have taken me in, the Jumbo Shrimp, the Sharks, Justin Renfro. I haven't been over to a game yet because we've been, but we talked. We had him out last week and stuff. So just that I'm accessible. I want to be accessible to this community. I want to be a role model, and I want to have players that are role models for the younger and next generations here. And then we all about the city, right? We all one team at the end of the day, and it's the one on the front of our jersey. I think I'm repping one right now. So let's go.
See, as a coach, I need you to hook us up and call Coach Carpenter because we want those honey dripper uniforms. I don't know. Them honey, when they start doing the variations for the waves, y'all got to get a honey dripper set so we can do that. So bring that up. Now, Coach, we know you got to go, so we're going to do some rapid fire real quick. So, of course, first, right, you're the first head coach of the Wave. First game was last week. First away game today. Yeah. What was your first big purchase?
My first big purchase. Oh, it'd probably be the jacket I wore the other day, man. As soon as I got hired, it was the jacket, the bedazzled jacket.
Yeah.
That was probably the first Waves purchase that I made. And then I got a couple of these. I got to give a shout out to my girl, Lauren Brownlee in Legacy Studios, so I think we can see we got the
the
Jacksonville on the front. So yeah, I'm repping the homegirls here, so they're taking care of me.
Now that looks dope. All right, so another first. So that was your first big purchase, right? What was your first get hype turn up song for yourself when you getting ready to go? You about to go do your thing. Maybe you even in the house or the car, because in Jacksonville, you got to get on 295. You got to get on 10. Yeah. When you turn it up and you get your mind right, what is your song?
Oh, I'm gonna throw it back. I told you I'm a Philly girl, so it's gonna be some EVE, little Eve.
There we go.
We got
Maniacs all day.
That girl, something like that.
But not that one. I like Maniacs, my song. That's you. I'm turning that one on all day.
I got you. Now, of course, in Jacksonville, another thing that we are known for is the spots. You got to go get something to eat. There's places that's open late. Have you had your first time either visiting a Tunis or Lemon Pepper J's yet?
I have not. Have you got there's some wings? What you got there?
Listen, everybody knows Jack's Fish and Shrimp, Tunis, or Lemon Pepper J's. 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. You might have to make a pit stop. Okay, that's just a real staple. Yeah, when I got down here, it was one of those things. I saw a bum fight and I got lemon pepper hot.
All right, got it. All right.
all at the same time. Anyway, Coach Jess, man, once again, thank you for hanging with us. We know you gotta go. The game is in a few hours.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to tell people before you go ahead and move forward?
I just want to know, where's Jay?
You know what? Oh my goodness. Hey, where is Jay? We gotta go ahead and figure this out.
Jay's in the West someplace. I think he's in Phoenix right now.
I think Jay is out there, doing his thing. One time for our guy, Jay, on the truck right now. We're gonna get into that. Coach Jess, thank you for being a great sport, joining us on the show today. Coach. You was awesome. Go get that dub.
That's right. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for having me.
Good luck, Coach.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Man, what an interview. And speaking of interviews, we might as well go ahead and tell him, man, of course, Jay is somewhere in the West riding across the United States at this very moment. It's wild because our guy, Jay, normally is here with us hosting the show, but today he's been traveling eastbound on I-10 west of Dallas towards El Paso. And the other day, Jay just so happened to take a visit to, guess what? A Phoenix
Mercury.
A Phoenix Mercury game. So if you want to join us to see Jay's adventures, make sure you get on our Instagram. You can also see us on Facebook. That's right. That's our real Facebook, not the fake room. Don't go to that one. Go to the real one. Make sure you go right to _RecRoomSports. See where Jay was at. See what type of fun he was having, because I heard he almost got thrown out of a bar. Or did he get thrown out of a bar? I'm not sure.
I think he did, but I'm not sure. He encountered some D-backs fans last night.
Yes, he definitely encountered some Diamondbacks fans in the middle. Like after leaving the Mercury game, encountered some Diamondbacks fans. While Jay is out on the road, he will be visiting various stadiums and various games. Make sure you tune in and check out Where is Jay? Right here with the Rec Room Sports crew. We're getting ready to go into another break. Thanks again for Coach Jess joining us before the second of the Waves inaugural games. She's out there in Charlotte. Tune in. Of course, you can watch it on YouTube to see what the ladies do this weekend. But man, what a great game. You know what though? I got some tickets to give away right now. If you're tuned in, 904-362-9901. You want to go to that Waves game this weekend? That's right. The Waves are playing against the Savannah Steel. You can win them tickets, and it's a 4-pack, so you can take your whole family. That's right, y'all. Right here on the Rec Room Sports crew, 904-362-9901. Win these tickets. Brian, play something funky for us, and we're going to get out of here, bro.
May 23rd, bro, we finna do a UFC tournament. The winner gets $200, bro. Whoever comes, you know what I'm saying? And you get a belt too. Hey, you gotta face a rap of me, Shannon, everybody in the shop. Let's get it.
Hey, the guilty running away. Yeah, I told you back in the day, I did not know the words. It's your boy Kid with your mama's number one draft pick. We are live from the Manager on Levine Studios. ESPN 690 is presenting to you, the people, RecRoomSports Radio right here, man. Today, man, I can't lie. I'm still blown right now. I'm still stoked. Coach Jess came through and rocked the interview. I love it when people come through and they got a personality, and she definitely lit the way. So big shouts out to everyone involved in the Jacksonville Waves organization who helped us put that together. We thank you so much. We gave away some tickets, and guess what? We're going to give away a second set. 4 more people still get to go this Saturday to the game, but you got to keep on listening, okay? This is what we do. Guys, since we're talking hoops, we might as well jump right to the NBA, right?
They do it.
All right, man. Of course, if you haven't been paying attention, the finals on the East Coast and the West Coast has been going crazy. Now, the last time I got an opportunity to really sit down and enjoy some basketball on this level in the final was maybe 2008, when it was really on both sides, because recently, Scott, Bobby, y'all know, we're normally waiting for whoever comes from Western Conference to, win it all. But this time, it's up in the air. So we might as well go ahead and jump right into it. The Eastern Conference has been one of the most interesting conferences to cover as far as basketball with the developments, especially after the trade deadline. But right now, 2 of the best teams throughout the season were most definitely the Cleveland Cavaliers and the New York Knicks. That's right, playing in one of the most storied buildings in basketball, Madison Square Garden. The Cavaliers somehow went into the building and had it all lined up. 22-point lead in the fourth quarter. James Harden doing James Harden things. All of a sudden, Donovan Mitchell's doing Donovan Mitchell things. And then it implodes. Fellas, as we get to look at it from our point of view, what happened with the Knicks and Cavaliers the other night? As in the end, the Knicks won. And I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm sorry. But, of course, the Knicks win and come from a 22-point deficit. What did we witness? Did the Knicks win this game, or did the Cavaliers lose this game?
Christmas came early, I think. Christmas came early. Bobby's been hopping on it all postseason long. Turnovers. You can't turn. If you're James Harden, stop turning the ball over. You're the point guard. Make the pass that you're supposed to make. Stop turning it over. You turn it over, you give the Knicks easy baskets. The Knicks can get back in it. It's the only way. The Cavs controlled that game for 80% of the game. So everybody that said, well, the Cavs just came off a grueling 7-game series and the Knicks are well rested, I don't want to hear that anymore. NBA players do this all year long. Play on every other night, back-to-back nights. This, that, the other thing. But you got to stop turning the ball over. James Harden, you're controlling that offense. Stop turning the ball over. That was the biggest thing. Is turnovers and James Harden. So, to me.
Yeah. For me, it was Kenny Atkinson. Bad job out of him. Once Jalen Brunson gets going, to not use timeout to stop the bleeding, let you guys regroup. And then you can't be afraid to bench your stars. And it's ironic that we had a coach on as our guest, because I'm guaranteeing you, if the Waves gave up, half of a 22-point lead, she's not going to wait till it's down to 5 to call a timeout and try and regroup. No, you stop that thing at 15 and say, all right, fellas, let's get it together. Let's finish this game out. Once you see the Knicks strategy, just go right at James Harden, you got to change the lineup. You take that advantage. Like, at that point, you have the lead. We don't need James Harden offensively. We need defense. We need to get stops. We had other guys hitting buckets. Merrill was hitting his shots. Strus at that point had hit a couple of baskets. Obviously, Donovan had 26 going into the fourth quarter. Mobley would get, but offensively, we were getting whatever we wanted to get. So we didn't necessarily need James Harden in the game. You call that timeout, you get him out of there, you come back with Donovan, Strus, Merrill, Dean Wade, and Mobley. You go 5 out to match their 5 out. It's just simple things. But in the heat of the moment, yes, I wanted to put my phone through the television. But now that I've had some time to decompress, looking at the game, I'm not concerned at all, because the Knicks didn't do anything amazing. Like, we literally gifted them the game. They didn't all of a sudden turn up the defense. No, we turned the ball. We had 11 turnovers in the first quarter of that game. Up until where they started that run, we had 15. So from the end of the first quarter up until that point, 4 turnovers, and you see what happened. Then we started the turnovers up again, give the game away. And to the Garden Gods, I appreciate you, bro. But if you watch that Knicks team play the other night and you think they're going to beat this Cavs team 4-0, hey, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to tell you, bro. You are sadly mistaken. I'm not concerned because we were just here. We're exactly 10 days ago talking about what are the Cavs going to do. Detroit takes game 1 in a similar situation. Turnovers caused. If we don't turn the ball over, we leave Detroit up 1-0. So, and I love Donovan's post game after. What'd you guys do? I went in the locker room. Hey, we lost this game. It's over. Whether we lose by 1 point, whether we lose by 40, whether we give up a 5-point lead, whether we give up a 20-point lead, the result is the same. We're down 1 game. It only counts as 1 game. And so I'm happy to see that attitude. But now the pressure's on Kenny. You have to make the adjustments. And if you do that, like I say, if we take care of the ball, we're difficult to beat. So take care of the ball. Kenny, make your adjustments. And we should go back to Cleveland 1-1.
So, yeah, it's kind of tough, man. Thinking about it like that, you get 1 game in Cleveland, I think this will be that'll be ideal. But this is what I'm thinking. Danhausen. Cursed. All right, so real talk, man. Some of the major stats that were involved in this win for the New York Knicks are some of the ones that are more staggering. Think about it. The 44-11 closing run. Okay. Efficiency during this stretch, Knicks shot over 65% of the field, while the Cavaliers went cold, shot 1 for 10 in the final minutes of regulation. Historical context, 0 out of 643 playoff games that were actually played in history when trailing by 20 points or more. Under 8 minutes to play, they are making history doing that. And the Knicks broke the streak, and it seemed pretty much insurmountable at that time. Jalen Brunson's clutch performance. Wow. A game high 38 points. Brunson scored 16 in the fourth quarter alone, including the game time bucket with 19.3 seconds. Pretty much did a lot of the playmaking as well, adding 6 assists, several of which occurred during the critical run. We saw that shot. Mr. Mikal Bridges got a little something off. OG Anunoby returning and actually playing at a really proficient clip. That helped out too. But then, just like you mentioned, Bobby, defense and turnovers. The points off of turnovers were ridiculous. The Knicks forced 7 turnovers in the final 8 minutes, leading to 14 fast break points. And then Mitchell and Harden, after scoring 29 points in the first 3 quarters, Donovan Mitchell was held to 2 points in the fourth quarter and overtime combined. This is one of those moments where, the Knicks and I think the coaching staff can lay their hand on this and say, this is how we need to play. And then, of course, rebounding and second chance points. We really don't give a lot of credit to Mitchell Robinson because he's not the most offensively outstanding player, but he is the longest tenured Knicks player on this roster for a reason. The Knicks grabbed 6 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter, leading to 11 second chance points. Josh Hart, we love Josh Hart if you're a Knicks fan. Shout out to my pops. Josh Hart finished with 14 rebounds, 5 of which were offensive, and providing the extra possessions, of course, allowed the Knicks to chip away at the league. In the end, 115 to 104, the score, I think, doesn't really tell you how hard of a game the Knicks had to play to come back. In real life, this was a difficult hill to climb. Second chance points, again, were a big deal. Points off of turnovers were a big deal. But, even without the numbers, the metrics, sometimes it looks as though we haven't seen this defensive inefficiency from James Harden before. And I'm new to this. I really feel like I remember a time when James Harden would guard the best or the second best player on the opposite team. Am I tripping? I swear in the OKC jersey, he was playing defense on like Kobe. Yeah. God bless the dead.
Yeah.
Or Klay Thompson. I remember that. Where is the defense now for this version of James Harden? I know he's 30-something. He getting close up there in age. The beard's a little thicker. But where is the thing that makes you say, hey, I'm going to foul you. I'm going to chop him. Because we saw a couple blow-bys. I saw Amon Shumpert earlier today talk about, if you let him get the rip through one dribble and go straight to the lane, that does not give the help side defense the opportunity to leave their person and then come over and possibly, put up a little opposition when going to the basket. James Harden, I think, should have been trying just a little harder, especially in the fourth quarter, because I swear it was ball to the corner, top right, go, rip through, go to the lane. And Uncle Scott, your basketball mind, did you see the same thing I saw?
Yeah, to answer your question, I think when Harden became more offensive-minded in his game, his defense slipped. In OKC, he wasn't the man. He was a piece to the puzzle. But when he went to Philadelphia and the Clippers and Houston, he had to become the man. So his defense left and his offense took over.
Yeah, his defense left, the offense took over. But you know who's taking over? Unique Trends and Styles. That's right. You got to go ahead and get down there right about now because they're getting ready for their first annual anniversary. That's right. 266 Blandon Boulevard, Suite AA. We got some haircuts to give away. We got tickets to 904-362-9901. Call in and get the second group of tickets that we're giving away for the Jacksonville Wave. This is Rec Room Sports. We out.
May 23rd, bro, we finna do a UFC tournament. The winner gets $200, bro. Whoever comes, you know what I'm saying? And you get a belt too. Hey, You gotta face a rap of me, Shannon, everybody in the shop. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right. Second hour of the Rec Room Sports Radio Show right here on ESPN 690, right here in the Anna John Levine Studios. Man, big shouts out to Uncle Scott who had to go. Once again, just in case you were living under a rock and you didn't catch it, we had Coach Jess Bogia of the Jacksonville Waves join us in the first hour. Awesome interview. I can't deny that had to be one of the best interviews we've done with the people. You know, we did that for the people, and I can't wait to get it back on. But of course, as we spring into the second hour, we know we bring from our bench our guy, four-time rookie of the year when it comes to podcasting. Our guy, Alan Perales in the building. Alan, what's going on, man? How you feeling today?
Hey, doing good. It's a great day, ain't it? A good Thursday. Softball Super Regionals kickoff tomorrow for us, so it's going to be a fun tournament, I feel. So I'm antsy about it. So I'm ready.
For sure. And I know you're ready to talk about this one right here because this is your moment. That's right, y'all. Y'all know Alan, if you haven't been paying attention. He is a huge OKC Thunder fan. So we're going to talk about the Western Conference right now. So Western Conference game 1 and 2 are both under our belts, and we got a spectacle in both. A double overtime game for the first one, a slobber knocker for the second one. But I I cannot quantify nor verbalize how crazy it was to see both games played by these two teams. Now, the Western Conference normally brings that funk. So a lot of times, we're looking forward to seeing some of the bigger names in the conference show us what they're made of. But man, I don't think we even thought that this is what we were going to be getting for the Western Conference Finals. So, Alan, as you get to warm yourself up, let's go ahead and get right into it, bro. Your OKC Thunder looked they looked all right, but they didn't do what we thought they were going to do in game one. But then game two, where is your head at after that one? Splitting the home games 1-1, and then of course we'll be taking it to San Antonio for game three. As we think about it that way, Alan, what you got for the Western Conference Finals?
I'm not worried at all because if you guys remember, this is the same exact thing that happened against Denver. What was it, last year or the year before, where they took game one, OKC takes game two, and then you split in Denver, and then you just go all the way up to 7 games, and you ultimately end up winning that series. So I feel like this could be potentially the same kind of thing that happens. But it depends on it really just depends on what kind of Wemby we get in this series. It's not really, OKC is going to do their thing. I know J-Dub's hurt again, but hopefully he's okay and can come back. But if not, I don't really think it's going to bother much. But if Wemby can't play like he did in game one, if they shut him down like they did in game two, then it might be a problem for San Antonio because they kind of go through what Wemby can do. Although we've talked about this before, that these are the two deepest teams in the NBA right now are San Antonio and OKC. So whether it's the guys coming off the bench, whether it's the stars themselves, it's sure to make an entertaining series, and it has been thus far. So I've enjoyed it. Game one is not how we would have liked it to happen. I love the adjustment of putting Caruso on Wemby, which you kind of see that and you're thinking, wait, that's not a fair advantage. But Caruso can play defense with the best of them. So I'm not worried at all. I think this is going to be a very, very entertaining series from both sides, especially if we get good Wemby throughout this series.
The Thunder should be worried. I mean, not only did the Spurs. Clearly we saw what happened in the regular season, but their job is done. They got the split in OKC. Now they're going home. What does concern me about the Spurs is though the De'Aaron Fox injury is playing a part in this, and also last night Dylan Harper. It looked like he injured his hamstring. That's concerning because Stephon Castle has not been taking very good care of the basketball. He had 9 turnovers last night. He had 11 turnovers in game one. Now he's got 20 turnovers in 2 games, which is insane. And it's looking like for the foreseeable future, he's going to be the primary ball handler. So he definitely has to take care of the basketball. He's going to have to play both ends of the floor because right now he's the last of the Mohicans as far as primary ball handlers for the Spurs. They're going to have to find a way to take the pressure off of him. So that means Vassal's stepping up, Keldon Johnson stepping up, and Wemby doing his work early. Like if they're going to guard you with Caruso, who you have a 13-foot height advantage over, you got to get in there, do your work early, get in position to make that entry pass as easy as possible. Then we saw it down the stretch in game one. It was down that. He didn't establish himself until down the stretch. He finally got tired of it and started getting the ball close to the rim where he's just catching, putting it in. There's nothing else Caruso can do about that. So if they're going to continue to play it like that, clearly Hardenstein can't keep up with him, just the foot speed, and Wemby just takes him outside and takes advantage of that. And he has a slight strength advantage over Chet. He has to start punishing these guys. And if he does that, it's like Alex said, it depends on what Wemby you get. If he's got that edge and that fire to him, the Thunder are at the mercy of whatever he wants to do. So
I'm 100% with you on that, man. It's one of those things where, and I'm going to read a text one of our favorite correspondents, our brother from another mother, who is celebrating the birth of his brand new daughter. One time for our guy from P5. One time for Evan Wheeler, man. Evan Wheeler, what's going on? How we doing? And we hope all is well with that new baby.
Okay. Congratulations, bro.
Evan told me the other day as we were talking, I'm going to read this text verbatim. What in the world are we talking about? This dude is 7'8", quote unquote. They say he's 7'5" without shoes. So he's playing at almost a 7'8" out there. It looked like a kid playing in AAU when he's been reclassed 2 years before, and they're also cheating by holding him back again. Evan and I saw the same thing. To witness Victor Wembanyama go out there during game one and basically strap the team onto his back and dominate in that type of fashion was very much Shaq-like. If there was a word that was like Shaqanosis or Shaq-tastic or whatever, that was what it was to me. I'm sorry. Y'all know what it is. I'm a little older. But if you think back to a center dominating a game in various ways, not just in the post, you got to think about Shaq, okay? And Victor Wembanyama pretty much put on a Shaq-esque performance and did what I think he should do on the regular. As I look at the stats up here, he went crazy, of course, 14 to 25, 12 to 13 from the line, and plus 16 and plus minus, 24 rebounds. Like, come on. 9 of them offensive. This is a ridiculous stat. But then, of course, as we think about the numbers, like y'all know I'd like to do the numbers. So from game one, the contributing factors, of course, was Victor's historic 40-20. So Victor was unstoppable, finishing with 41 points, 24 rebounds, and 3 blocks. His ability to dominate the glass from all 3 levels for 50-plus minutes and play was one of the deciding factors in the game. Dylan Harper, big shout out to Dylan Harper's secondary scoring. Out there with a crazy 24 points, including several clutch buckets. The interior dominance, the Spurs outscored the Thunder 62-44 in the paint, and San Antonio utilized their size advantage to punish OKC smaller lineups, which they didn't play Hartenstein as much that game. And then free throw disparity. The Spurs were aggressive. They got to the line 34 times. They converted 28, while the Thunder only attempted 19 free throws, and that's in game one. For me, this is the pivotal moment that took place. Y'all remember when Wemby came cross half court, stopped right outside of the logo and popped that 3? It's a 7'5" man out there. Okay? 7'5" players, I'm not going to say aren't supposed to do that, but he is changing the way we look at it. If I'm not mistaken, he only took 2 threes. I mean, come on, bro. When he plays like that, that leaves the Oklahoma City Thunder no choice but to do what they did in game 2. And game 2 kind of pretty much changed the dynamic as we got a chance to see SGA do what SGA does best. Pretty much bounce back with a surgical 30-point game, 11 to 18 shooting, very much not like game 1. The idea is De'Aaron Fox not playing factored into what I think the Spurs did in their loss. Without De'Aaron Fox, who's pretty much been their dominant point guard the entire time, the playmaking was off a little bit. Stephon Castle, yes, lots of turnovers. 20 turnovers in 2 games is a lot. James Harden dealing with the same thing when it comes to turnovers. Who is going to be able to come in and help Stephon Castle with the bringing the ball up the court, because the OKC Thunder are such a defensive efficient team. You got to be prepared for that. The 3-point shooting also for the Thunder was a big deal, shooting 42%, 16 to 38 from 3. In contrast, the Spurs struggled for their 3-point shooting percentage when they shot only 31%, and then the bench production for the Thunder as well. Coach Dagnall unleashed the bench. It was about, if I'm not mistaken, 12 to 13 different lineup changes in which they insinuated they got player after player after player in which they could put in and that can contribute not just on the offensive side, but the defensive side as well. The Thunder's bench outscored the Spurs 38-19, and OKC's depth allowed them to maintain a high defensive intensity for 48 minutes. And let's just talk about Isaiah Hartenstein real quick. Everybody see the replays. Everybody
didn't die.
Say what?
He didn't die.
Listen, no. But this is what we're talking about. And Bobby and Alan, you both know when you watch those old school 2000, playoff games, the centers, the power forwards, they grabbing every time down the court, slowing everybody from making, getting proper position on the block. You spin and turn around, and not only am I, I'm grabbing your jersey, but I'm holding you back. I'm physically, I'm hooking your left wrist, and
as somebody who's played a center in high school, that's how they teach you to do it.
Yeah,
that's how they teach you to play defense. You have to play up close like that. Otherwise, you can't let him just do whatever he wants. That's why a guy like a Victor Wembanyama type of player, you don't want him to do whatever he wants. Don't give him free reign to do whatever he wants to do. That's why they have you teach you to lock up like that.
Listen, it's known to the world. Charles Oakley would definitely look at your upstage hand. If you know anything about being on a stage or on camera, you got that upstage hand that the ref can't see because your back is in another direction. Yeah, that's the one I'm grabbing. I don't care if it's your right hand or your left hand. That's the one. Your wrist is gonna. You trying to raise your wrist? It's by your side. Put your hand on your hip. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna just slow up every possession. And Hartenstein did that. I think that's one of those things where a little bit of gamesmanship was done by Coach Daigneault. Sometimes you got to put the battery in the back of your players, and I think Coach Jess would do the same thing or say the same thing. He might not have gotten a lot of game time in game one, but in between those two games, he said, Coach Daigneault probably put him to the side and said, "Hey, I need you to go out there. I need you to get dirty. I need you to do the thing that you do best." I watched the Hoop Collective podcast with Brian Windhurst, and they were mentioning that on those Bulls teams, there were centers. There were 3 or 4 of them, and they literally were there to have 12 fouls. Yeah. 12. I don't need you to score points. I got Michael. I got Scotty. I got Dennis Rodman to rebound. I got Steve Kerr to shoot. I need you to go out there and foul somebody. Slow the ball down. Stop them from having their dominant center be dominant. That's what I think took place.
Well, you talk about a battery, he better put a Duracell in his back next time Stephon Castle come through that lane, because God, please.
Yeah. Stephon Castle definitely punched on him in that game 2. It was wild. But, Stephon Castle get a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? That boy got the hops.
He was like Radio Raheem. D.
Hey, guys. Go ahead, Alex.
I was going to say, the only thing that's really turning me down watching this series is just people on social media commenting about the whole foul baiting stuff on both sides, whether it's with Wemby, with SGA, with, whoever, whatever. Guys, it's going to be a physical series. This is how basketball's supposed to be played. Like, if you don't like the kind of game that OKC and San Antonio are putting on, to me, you're just not really a basketball fan. You just did it for the clicks and views. So just let these guys play basketball. And that's the same thing with the Cavs-Knicks series. It's like that series is going to be physical too. Just let these guys play basketball. Let them do their thing, man.
Yeah, and this is one of the big deals that we always talk about when it comes to SGA. Fouls. The fouls are going to switch and change hands. Just wait till we get to San Antonio. The refs are going to put their whistles in their pocket. There are going to be no fouls calls in San Antonio. Everybody's going to get rocked.
Yeah, stop it. All the people like your hero, your GOAT out there, Michael Jordan, averaged 8 free throws a game for his career. So just stop it. Like, the best scorers get to the free throw line. That's just basketball.
And it's mostly Lakers fans, too, that are complaining about it because they're still bitter. And it's like the Lakers had the second most free throws in the entire season.
Hey.
We were only 17th, so I don't know why people are complaining about us.
Well, listen, they're going to complain, especially when it comes to LeBron and Luka and the people who are not playing because they are in Cancun right now. But before they go to Cancun, they should have went to Unique Trends and Styles and got a haircut. That's right now. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, unbeknownst to me, we have one last 4-pack of family tickets to go to the Jacksonville Waves game on Saturday when they face the Savannah Steel. So I need you to get on the phone right now and dial 904-362-9901. Get this last family 4-pack of tickets. We're going to go ahead and give away, and we're going to send you to Unique Trends and Styles to go see my people. D was good. Unique, I see you. Josh was happening. Flip, what's up? Biff, I see you. The whole gang of Unique Trends and Styles. They're getting ready for their anniversary this weekend. So maybe we can get you a free cut at the anniversary, and then you can play some UFC. We got Bobby G, we got Allen, we got Brian on the other side. Play me something.
May 23rd, bro, we finna do a UFC tournament. The winner gets $200, bro. Whoever comes, you know what I'm saying? And you get a belt too. Hey, you gotta face a rap of me, Shannon, everybody in the shop. Let's get it.
I reminisce. That's right. It's your boy K Witch, my number one draft pick. We are live in the Anna John Levine studios. It's ESPN 690. It's the Rec Room Sports Radio Show, man. We having a ball today. I can't believe we're already halfway through the second hour. If you were not here, I'm telling you, we had a bomb show in the first hour. We have been giving away, we've been giving away tickets to the Jacksonville Waves home game. Yeah, we got some more to give away. I don't know when we're gonna give it away. So please listen in. I'm gonna see. I think Brian got his hand up. I think we might have one more set. Look, the Waves been blessing us, bro. I can't even lie. We got these tickets on deck.
Give it away now.
You know it. Anyway, man, you know, every once in a while we bring the internet right to your radio. Last week was one of those weeks where everybody who is into things about surrounding the NFL was awake and waiting, because we are somehow plotting our way to the 2026-27 NFL season. That's right. Get your books ready, get your lineups ready, get your whole fantasy squad, get your parlays, all of that stuff, because it's almost here. Okay, especially in Jacksonville. We know what it is when it comes to the Jags. So the schedule release videos that happen for each individual team, all 32 teams do it. Everybody's got a unique way of bringing their funk to the internet so that you can see who's playing who, and then at the same time get a little bit of insight to the personality of the teams themselves. It's wild to think that they really have dedicated sections of the organization that say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what I was thinking about. We're going to put a man on the street. We're going to have him walk around and identify people who look like people that we know on other teams, and do a video about it. You know what I mean? So, gentlemen, we got an opportunity to speak with Jay just the other day, and he gave me his top 5 list of video schedule releases for the 2026 season. Big shouts out to Jay. Don't forget, this week's Where is Jay? Jay is currently, if I'm not mistaken, driving eastbound on I-10 west of Dallas, headed towards El Paso. Just this past weekend, Jay got an opportunity to go to a Phoenix Mercury game and sit in the luxury suite and get unlimited drinks and unlimited food. So you know what happens with Jay and unlimited drinks. You got to go check it out on our Instagram, on the YouTube. That's right, _Rec Room Sports. Go see what Jay was doing after the game and how he magically runs into Diamondback fans and have a time. I heard he may have got even kicked out of a bar. I'm not sure, but you got to go check it out. So _Rec Room Sports and go see what Jay was doing and where Jay was. So Jay's top 5 list of videos were this. And I think he's got a pretty decent list. The Atlanta Falcons at number 1 with the almost Sports Center like videos. You know what I'm saying? If you got a chance to check out the Atlanta Falcons videos, they did like old school Sports Center style videos where, Matt Ryan got to be funny. Bijan Robinson got to do, his thing and make some jokes about how how people have been mispronouncing his name. All this, like, it was once again an opportunity to show some personality outside of the field. The Denver Broncos, another good video. Somehow, some way, not necessarily one of my favorites, but a good one nonetheless. Cleveland. I thought Bobby G was gonna have this one, but Jay beat you to it. Okay. The Chiefs. Big shout out to our guy Tanner Dawson. JC's got the Chiefs on there, and one of the more creative franchises in the NFL of the 32 teams seems to keep putting out fire video after fire video, or even nerdy video after nerdy video. We got to talk about the Los Angeles Chargers and their Halo Edition schedule release. So that's Jay's 5. Jay has the Atlanta Falcons, the Denver Broncos, Cleveland Browns, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, fellas, you've got an opportunity to view some videos. Which schedule releases stood out to you and why? And Bobby, you can go ahead and get yours off.
All right, mine. I also had the Falcons number 1. I'm old school with it. I missed the old Sports Center commercials, so seeing that was hilarious. Seeing Matt Ryan show some personality,
yeah,
and it was great. And the fact that I'm glad they did it the way they did it. That they did a montage of it. They didn't do just like one giant one. They kind of clipped it together. That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts, the Simpsons spoof. Always welcome. And the Colts usually do a good job every year. And even to the point where they referenced last year where they had the Tyreek Hill incident. They had Bart Simpson writing on the board, "I will not talk about Tyreek Hill," or something.
Right.
That was great. I love that.
Yeah, great callback. I'm with you on the Tennessee Titans. I have them as well. Yeah, I love man on the street style, work. Going out and finding people who really didn't look like. I mean, you got this, scrawny white kid calling him Miles Garrett. It's just diabolical.
Right. They found an old guy and was like, "Hey, you're Trevor Lawrence, right?"
Hilarious. I'm gonna show some love to Duval, man. Jacksonville Jaguars, who almost set their world on fire. Everybody's looking. What, did Trevor Lawrence really cut his hair? Is this real? Is this like?
Yeah. I'm gonna get into that.
Oh, had the whole world wondering if that was real or AI. And of course, I'm with you. My Cleveland Browns with the Street Fighter spoof. We've had some duds like the last 2 years. Like, I don't know what our internet department, media relations department was doing, but they did a much better job this year. The Street Fighter flag, So yeah, those are my 5: Falcons, Colts, Titans, Jaguars, and Browns.
I got you. Hey, Alan, you a football connoisseur. You taking a lot of content. You got 5 good ones from your scouring the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with the Falcons one. As another fan who grew up with the old school Sports Center videos, I love what Atlanta did. That was phenomenal. The Simpsons one from the Colts was great. I do love I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd at heart, so I love both the Chargers and the Browns. What they did with the Halo and the Street Fighter one. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a homer with this one, but I love what the Cowboys did.
Oh, why didn't I know that?
Because I mean, you have 3 guys with the same first name. Of course, you're gonna do something like that. The Tyler Intelligence, that is phenomenal. And then, like, every operative for every team that they had, they just try to find a guy on every team with the first name of Tyler. Like the Rams obviously was Ty Simpson, so it's like, and then of course Booker's like, "I've been working with this guy for years."
Yeah.
My favorite one, and I'm sorry, Sam, if you're watching this, my favorite joke of that whole thing was like, Tennessee Titans mission objective: change absolutely nothing. I was like, wow.
Yeah. But no.
I love it, though. Everybody did a great job this year, I think, though. So there were a lot of good ones. This year.
There were. I can't lie. A little bit of the new age style of doing things pretty much popped up. That man on the street for Tennessee has been one of the main ones for me because, of course, I laugh every time when they just start identifying people, and it's definitely not what they look like. I don't care. They're close, but some of them were close, but not at all. Then one of the other ones that I know we've all mentioned, the Atlanta Falcons, that creativity. It's Atlanta. It's, this is Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the old school Sports Center, this is Atlanta football. And then, Matt Ryan joining the front office staff and kind of, letting his hair down a little bit, if you will. And then, that whole welcome to Atlanta, right? And then, of course, he whispers, "Where the players play." It's in your head. You know, every time somebody says welcome to Atlanta, you thinking about Ludacris. Why not bring that up? And they did a great job with that one. B. John Robinson has been an advocate for freedom of speech for a long time. So you can say his name however you want, whatever makes you happy. B. John Robinson will go with it. Bijan, whatever. Yeah, whatever makes you happy, bro. Whatever makes you happy. Yeah. Okay. However you want to say it. That's B. John Robinson. So I'm 100 with that one. This Chargers, last year they did the really big anime, I want to say like Dragon Ball-esque real video. So for them to go in another route of a famous classic Xbox property. Well, now it's on PlayStation 2. But anyway, they did the Halo one. I like it. It was all right. If you saw some of the names of the players, like they had a lot of jokes involved, not just with the characters themselves, but it was a lot of underlying jokes with the Chargers video when they did the Halo one. The Indianapolis Colts, I like it. The real life simulation with the whole Simpsons thing. Okay, I get it. 100%. And then Vegas being Vegas, them trying to find a way to have the Ocean's 12, 11, that feel, that vibe. Here go just random guys trying to do something, they're getting together, and of course trying to get to the schedule. And then of course they found a way to include Max Crosby. Everybody knows with this past, off season, Max Crosby might not have been there, and so it's funny to see that they've still got a way to put Max Crosby in the whole production and make a good laugh out of it. And I think somehow, some way, this is one of those moments where, we get the juices flowing for the NFL season. But then, we are in Jacksonville, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. As I saw the hair fall to the floor, I said, ain't no way. They're not doing that. That man is insured by Selsun Blue. Okay, that hair, those locks, ain't no way they cutting it. And then they did the wide angle and showed them with your auntie's short wig on. Come on. we could do. I'm not saying that I didn't think it was funny once they did the reveal, but we could do better. Like, you know what I mean? I was scared. The other people around the Jacksonville community was scared. I saw so many tweets about, did Trevor really cut his hair? Is that really him? Is this real? Is the AI? There was an AI picture of him with a fade, right? And I thought that was real. Okay, so Trevor, of course, it's the RecRoom Sports crew. I got to tell you, if you really want to get one of them fades, I got the Fade King at Unique Trends and Styles. One time for Flip, I see you. I know what it is. The Fade Game. He got trophies over there on his spot over there for him and his Fade Game. So big shouts out to him. They could have done something, but if they're going to do that, they got us. They did. It got us excited. It got us wanting to know who they were playing and whether Trevor Lawrence needed a do-rag, because we thought he really cut his hair. But and I'm excited. I can't even lie to you. There are a couple of home games coming up for the Jacksonville Jaguars that, once they get finished with those games in England, we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be excited. And so big shouts out to the Jacksonville Jaguars home office, who, and their media relations team, who put in the work and did something to kind of get us talking. Because I'm pretty sure, once it was all done, they went through and looked at the tweets, and there were thousands upon thousands of tweets about the Jacksonville Jaguars schedule release and whether Trevor Lawrence really cut his hair. It worked. He got us interested, right? So that was the whole deal. It didn't get you interested in the season starting, and I think it did. And then Dallas, shout out to Dallas too, Alan. I'll give you that one.
I like what Pittsburgh did. I like what Pittsburgh did too. I thought that was great.
Yeah, but you know who it didn't have in it? A quarterback. That's who it didn't have in it. Had everything but a starting quarterback when it comes to Pittsburgh. Jesus Christ.
What was your favorite part of the Falcons video? What was the favorite bit?
Oh yeah, when it was in the office and he starts and Ryan starts selling out. Yeah, that was my joint. He started telling everybody to sit down and get ready for the meeting. Yeah, he had some choice words.
Or when Bijan sets up cameras all around the office just to practice his spin move and show off his move. I love that. I love Bijan getting to be a little bit more open and show his character. That's great. I loved it.
When he was giving Stefanski the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
He turned it into like a whole play. He's like, bro, just airdrop it to me.
Right. And yeah, thank you for joining us in the comment section right there. I can't lie. The Denver video with Aqib Talib and the chain, that was crazy. Yeah, because that's a classic moment. You know, everybody knows Aqib Talib and his chain snatching ways, which followed him, and one player in particular from two teams. Yeah, you get your chain snatched no matter where you're playing. But Aqib Talib definitely did that. It was a great thing.
Also, I loved the Step Brothers spoof that Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza did. That was great.
that was yeah. Come on, listen. When you get the incumbent quarterback to hang with a guy like Kirk Cousins, why not? Definitely, why not? Because Kirk Cousins, he's got to have a sense of humor about himself. I mean, he's paid. He knows he's going to be going down, and giving the keys of the organization over to Fernando Mendoza eventually. I think he got a good laugh out of himself. You got to be like that when you're going to be the quarterback one day. Anyway, this is one of those moments where we get to say, make sure you tune in as the schedules start to unfold and we get to see what happens right about now, or later on as the NFL season pretty much gets to unravel, because here on the Rec Room Sports Show, we will be involving you in our lives and how serious we take fantasy football, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God. Tanner would have do, Uncle Scott would have do, and Alan, of course. Man, you guys do a wonderful job on our other show on the Rec Room Sports platform, where we do a lot of the fantasy stuff. So, of course, tell the people about your Saturday and Sunday show. Lock it in.
So, right now it's just on Saturdays. As we go through the rest of the NFL offseason, we go through, obviously WNBA, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, all that good stuff. So best bets for the weekend and all that stuff. But once July, I believe Tanner said either July or August, once that starts to roll around, I think we're going to start diving into college football previews, and then we'll start doing draft stuff. And on that way, of course, and then of course we'll do a college football show on Saturday and an NFL show on Sunday once the season officially gets started. So it's going to be a fun time. I've enjoyed it so far. I haven't been the best at the betting part of it, but hey, off season's been good to me at least. So I don't know. I'm ready for the NFL season though. I'm excited.
For sure. And then, of course, we got Bobby G over there, who is a part of the Audible Sports podcast, where life and sports meet culture. You got stuff going on every day, especially with you being on Game Time 216. What you got going on for the rest of the week, bro?
We had a couple hours later tonight. You can catch me, Mar, and April. We'll be talking about, actually, we're doing the rest of the show, top 20 quarterbacks of all time. So, that'll be a fun list to do. Come check and hang out with us for, an hour every day. And then tomorrow, the original Audible Sports podcast, we're talking about a little bit of everything, a little bit of hoops, a little bit of NFL, a little bit, of whatever else anybody brings on. And then, of course, Mondays and Wednesdays, me and Big Mike, like you said, Game Time 216, a Cleveland sports podcast. We'll be talking about them OTAs. Hopefully we'll be talking about the Cavs going up 2-1 on the Knicks, and the Guardians are streaking right now, 5 straight. So, some good news there. So, tap in from it's 2:16 Eastern, Mondays and Fridays. Mondays and Wednesdays, and then 6 on Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, my bad. And then 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday.
Man, we got so much going on with the Rec Room family. We do appreciate you. Don't forget, we got more of the Rec Room Sports Show coming up soon as we get back from this break where we're going to give away more tickets. So 904-362-9901. We got the last family 4-pack of tickets to the Jacksonville Waves game this Saturday versus the Savannah Steel. 904-362-9901. Get the tickets, get a haircut, go to the game, and represent Rec Room right here on ESPN 690. Brian, play something for your boy. Yeah. One more time, it's your boy K. Weir. Oh man, literally tongue-tied because today has been one of those adventures in radio where you got to be ready for anything, y'all. This is live. You know what I'm saying? We had Coach Jess earlier in the first hour. That's right, Coach Jess Bogia of the Jacksonville Waves. She was on there looking like I can't hear you. We had to get Coach Jess on and off. Ad lib with Uncle Scott. Thank you again for Uncle Scott for joining us, and then get her back in to do a bomb interview. So I appreciate her being ready to travel through that adversity. Just like I said, just like when you're on the court, every once in a while, you got to get over that screen. Okay, you got to fight through it, and that's what we do here at the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. It's wild because, you know, the landscape of sports in Jacksonville is diverse. We got the Jumbo Shrimp, we got the Jacks Wave, we got the Sharks, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, we got a plethora of high school and even middle school and AAU ball and flag football. All kinds of stuff is going on right now here in Jacksonville. So, of course, if you're listening, you're paying attention, make sure you tune in to the Rec Room Sports podcast and the Rec Room Sports Radio Show so we can start to bring more light to what goes on right here in the town. Because, you know, Duval got a little bit of everything, basketball, football, and baseball and everything in between. Even I've been traveling to, St. Augustine. Y'all know about St. Augustine? St. Augustine, ladies and gentlemen, has a college, Flagler College. That's right. The Flagler College campus is right there in the middle of downtown historic St. Augustine. And, you know, somehow, some way, when I got an opportunity to talk to a couple people, I got to learn a little bit. And I didn't even know what was going on or who the team was or who's the mascot. But Flagler College is headlined by Louis the Lion, which was adopted by the college in 1981. The Flagler College mascot was named Louis because the student-led naming contest happened right around the time where they were voting to name it somewhat after the college's founder, Lawrence Lewis Jr. But enough about the mascot. The Flagler College lacrosse team last year, right? The ladies lacrosse team went 20-0. Right? We're not a big lacrosse family here at the Rec Room Sports family, but when it comes to being good at something, we got to give a little bit of flowers to them. So big shouts out to the ladies of Flagler College who went 20-0, but then, of course, lost to the University of Florida when they played an away game in the semifinals last year. I met some awesome ladies who got an opportunity to give me some really good information about both the men's and the women's lacrosse teams, who are basically very much highly rated, highly ranked on both the national level and in their respective division. So big shouts out to anybody who goes to St. Augustine or knows a little bit about Flagler College and Flagler College lacrosse. We normally do something right around the same time as we get closer to the end of the show, where we do a little thing called Slice of Life, and our guy Bobby G tells us a little something, gives us a little bit of knowledge, it drops it on us, might even make us shed a tear. Hopefully not today. Bobby G. Oh yeah, Brian, play that music. Bobby G, do your thing.
Nah, today's easy breezy, man. Hey, it's graduation time. And as a matter of fact, hey, my daughter, her graduation is Saturday, so getting ready for that. So my message is to the youth out there. Hey, cherish this time and cherish these last couple of days, man. The memories and the friends that you make during your high school years, the memories will last forever. Some of the friendships will last forever. Some won't. You're getting ready to go off and start your own journeys in life. Some of you are going to go on to college. Some of you are going to take a gap year. Some of you are going to travel. Some of you are going to get right into the workforce. Whatever your path is, just take a moment, though, to celebrate yourself and celebrate this accomplishment, man. Graduating from high school is no easy task. There's a reason why this part of school takes longer than almost anything else you do in your life, because the lessons and the things that prepare you for going forward are that important, and they take that long to learn. Don't take for granted the guidance that you got from your parents and even your friends to an extent, because it's not all on your parents. We learn from everyone. We learn from our friends. We learn from other relatives. We learn from just watching people, in our neighborhood where we grow. But hey, take your time, celebrate yourself, embrace your accomplishment, celebrate your accomplishment, and don't be afraid to be proud of yourself. You did it, you made it, man. 12 long years, hopefully. 13 or 14 for some of y'all.
Some of them might have did a little
some
more.
of y'all, because we know how that goes.
Yeah.
Hey, I was one of them 13 here, dude. So no shame on me. But hey,
same here. It's 13 for me as well. So,
but once you walk out them doors, man, it is a wonderful feeling. Like I say, man, celebrate yourself, celebrate your friends, and take these memories, make them last, and keep them with you forever, man. So shout out to the graduating class of 2026.
Wow. That sounds wild. Here in the graduating class of 2026. And just for a quick correction, the Flagler College Lady Lions, the lacrosse team, they lost to Florida Southern. Correction. They lost to Florida Southern last year in the Division II National Quarterfinals last year. Hey, man, we did a big thing. We had a show. We did it. We rocked out. We gave away some tickets. We got more tickets to give away next week. I can't wait to be back on the show with the gang. So, of course, big shouts out to Jay. Make sure you tune in next week to see where Jay is and what he gets into. And make sure you go follow us on the _ Rec Room Sports on Instagram so you can see Jay and his adventures from the road and join us that way as well, man. Fellas, thank you so much for hanging with us. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the Rec Room Sports crew, and we have been doing the dang thing. Big shouts out to Coach Jess. That's right, Coach Jess Bogia of the Jacks Waves. Hope they get that W tonight. I can't wait to hear about it. And, man, somehow, some way, guess what, y'all?
I wish you had more time.
No, but we got to go, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boys from the Rec Room Sports crew. We'll be back next Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Hey, it's your boy K-Witt. That's Bobby G. That's AP Allen Perales. And we out the door. Brian, play something for the boys.
Peace.